everyone talking about the KSI versus Logan Paul fight that just recently happened, there is a much bigger fight on the horizon later on this year as the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie rolls on in with new information about its characters alongside a direct interview from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie animation supervisor Shintani. Now, we know that with Broly's arrival, we are bound to see brand new characters be introduced for the very first time, one of which happens to be a character by the name of Kikono. And indeed, according to Herms98 on Twitter, Kikono is indeed the same character that we saw in Dragon Ball Minus. Now, what kind of a role is he going to have in this movie is quite unknown, whether or not he's going to be completely siding with Frieza or if he's going to have some influence with Broly is unknown, but he indeed is the character that we saw in Dragon Ball Minus, and one can only make the assumption that he's going to have a pivotal role in assisting Lord Frieza in this movie. What his role is going to be is quite unknown, but for those that have been wondering, in fact, he is the exact character that we saw in Dragon Ball Minus. But with that being said, we have a brand new translation on Kanzenshu.com, which basically gives us a translation of the Dragon Ball Super movie interview with the animation supervisor Shintani, as the following article goes on to state, and I quote, "In this interview, Shintani discusses working on the Dragon Ball franchise in such a key role for the first time, the timeline of auditions and creating promotional artwork and much more. As I quote, there was an audition where several of us drew character designs, then Toriyama looked over them all and picked me. I drew the characters that Toriyama viewed as most important, Goku, Vegeta, and Bulma. I've never drawn Dragon Ball the entire time I've been with Toei Animation. This was my first time, and it felt very fresh to me." As he goes on to state, Toriyama's style has changed from how it used to be, so it was very difficult to judge what sort of style I should emulate. I believe he now only draws using his current style, so I felt I should draw with that same updated look. As he continues, there were times where I received corrections he'd made on clean copies of the designs. It seemed Goku's look was fine, so I didn't get any corrections on him. He mainly redrew the female characters. He'd often correct things like the body lines and faces. Since Dragon Ball doesn't have many female characters, I was under the impression that Toriyama wasn't very particular about them, but this came as a surprise. Now, you might be asking yourself, why exactly is this important? Why is it important for us to see different kinds of animation, different art styles for the movie? Well, just about 2 days ago, we had the big reveal of Super Saiyan God Vegeta in the upcoming movie, which we have known since July, but we never quite got to see Vegeta in the film in all his glory, and as you guys can see on screen, this is what he's going to look like. Now, whether or not Super Saiyan God is actually going to have a significant role in this movie is going to be unknown, because one has to beg the question, how important is Super Saiyan God really now that you have Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, hell, even Ultra Instinct? What is the significant importance behind Super Saiyan God? And that will be explained on this channel in the next couple of days, as we are going to fully explain the concept as to why Super Saiyan God is so important, and that is actually referenced in both the manga and the anime. But with Super Saiyan God Vegeta appearing for the first time, you can expect all hell to break loose, especially with the latest translations revealing that Broly is going to grow on such a rapid level while fighting the Saiyans that he is even going to eventually exceed the powers of Goku and Vegeta. And that's nothing new considering that Saiyans tend to grow as they fight, but it looks like Broly's an exception. Broly seems to grow uncontrollably on a level in which we've never seen before, so much so that it would ultimately make someone like Goku Black's rapid growth look like child's play. And we all remember the rapid growth that Goku Black had. It looks like Broly in this movie is going to adapt and grow even faster than how we saw Goku Black adapt, or anybody else for that matter within Dragon Ball Super. And that's very scary, because let's just say, as a hypothetical, if Broly ends up being weaker than Goku and Vegeta, and if somehow Goku and Vegeta have the upper hand, Broly could easily adapt, grow, catch up, and overcome the odds by besting Goku and Vegeta in that particular scenario. However, when going back to the interview with Shintani, the question was asked, please tell us your thoughts from reading Toriyama's plot. As Shintani replied by saying, part of me was like, wow, Broly's in this. That sure takes me back, but at the same time, there's a lot of pressure since those old Broly movies were so influential. This movie features a refreshed version of Broly written by Toriyama, so the first priority is establishing that image with the new fans. Broly's character concept is different than before, so for those who already have a strong sense of what he will be like, we hope they can keep their nostalgia of the old version while still growing to love this Broly too. they may feel like something is a bit off at first, but director Nagamine is striving to make an enjoyable movie, so I'm sure it'll turn out great. In that same interview, which you guys can find down in the description box below, Shintani begins to talk about the animation, the character poses he had to draw alongside the promotional artwork he had to do for the poster. So either way, this movie is aiming to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Dragon Ball movie of all time, and they're putting all of their money into this, especially with the lore of Broly's character. We know that he's going to increase his power and grow ever so rapidly than any other Saiyan we've seen before, which includes Goku, Vegeta, Caulifla, KO, Kaba, Goku Black, and any other, but also we can expect more from the character. As Shintani said, at first Broly may feel a little off, but as the story continues, then you will begin to understand why. Then you will begin to understand the depth of his character as the movie unfolds. So in the end, guys, what are your overall thoughts on Super Saiyan God having to make an appearance? Do you think that Super Saiyan God Vegeta is gonna get thrashed? Do you guys believe that there's more to the Broly character than what's originally presented? What are your thoughts on the animation? What are your overall expectations? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once again, if you guys are new, don't forget to punch that subscribe button. More importantly, turn on all notifications. That way you guys can stay notified whenever a brand new video is posted. If you guys are stoked for this movie, slap a like down below just for Super Saiyan God Vegeta alone. Tune back in, and I'll be checking you all in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace.